This Diocese of Houma Thibodeau program is brought to you by Crosby Tugs. Hello again, everyone, and welcome to Bayou Time. I'm Martin Folse, here to tell you about the passing of Father Jerry. A lot of you knew Father Jerry Villarrubia for quite some time here in the area. Roger Eugene Villarrubia was born on June 6, 1929, and passed away on Thursday, June 12th, summoned by God to render an accounting of his stewardship and accordingly be assigned his just eternal destiny. A native New Orleanian, he has resided in Houma since 1959. He was preceded in his death by his parents and, of course, his wife of 35 years, Marie Lee Richard, by his infant son, Mark Allen, and by his 6 siblings. Ordained a Roman Catholic priest in 1999, he served in several parishes in the Houma Thibodeau Diocese. Several children survive him: John, Stephen, and Maria, Paul, Gerard, and Cindy, Cecile M. Babin and Chris, Maria A. Bordelon and Wayne Jr., Jerome Peter, Anne C. Prejean, and Jude Michael. He is also survived by 19 grandchildren and 16 great-grandchildren. Relatives and friends of the family are invited to attend a visitation on Saturday, June 21st at Maria Immaculata Catholic Church on Corporate Drive in Houma. It will begin at 8:30 a.m. with Mass of Christian burial at 11:30 a.m. Interment will follow in St. Louis Cemetery number 3, and of course that is Esplanade Avenue in New Orleans, Louisiana. You know, I had the chance to sit down with Father Jerry and do a one-on-one, and I can recall his masses where he sang the Our Father and did a lot of things differently, but still in tradition. And of course, you know, he was married, had children, and then he turned his life over to God as well and became a priest, ordained after his wife had passed away. Let's talk and show you that clip where he talked actually about the seminary early in his life. Then he met his wife, and then he talked about going to a retreat at St. Anthony after her passing.
When did the seed get set that, hey, I might want to be a priest?
In the seminary for 6.5 years after high school. I was already in the second year of theology at Notre Dame, just about 2.5 years from the end when I withdrew. And it was the right thing to do at that time. Met my late wife through my dad, who was a patient at Hotel Dieu, and she was a nurse. And he introduced us. She was from Opelousas. I didn't know that it was in Opelousas. I never left New Orleans. My dad never had a car. So that's how we met, and we married, and blessed with eight children. Of course, I never ever dreamt I would be in the seminary again, you know. Right. Was farthest thing from my mind. I was happily married and doing well. She was doing well. And then she developed cancer of the stomach at a young age, and the Lord took her when she was 58. Yeah. And that was in 1991. I didn't go to seminary until 1996, so I was just trying to decide what my life would look like after that. Even thought of the possibility of marrying again. Even tested the waters a little bit. Yeah. You know, God has a plan, because I needed to do that to satisfy myself that no, I wouldn't remarry. But didn't have any idea that I'd be a priest. So I'd already decided that I would live the rest of my life as a single man. I was at a charismatic meeting at St. Anthony's on Bayou Black. Right. When the priest there was giving a talk. I had never met him before. Father Joe Benson from the Archdiocese of New Orleans. And I served the Mass. There was nobody helping him. So the young man who was in charge of that movement asked me if I would serve. So I went into the sanctuary to serve. The Mass had already started. Mm-hmm. And when the Mass ended, I still hadn't met him. So he took his vestments off and I began to pray with the people. So I went back, of course, with the people. So we never met. I did assist him giving communion because nobody came up to help, and I was an extraordinary minister. So when he's praying for people, and he didn't have to, he was the only one praying for us, he didn't have time to say, what did you want to pray for in a particular intention or a particular person. So he would just come to people, and he lined up, and he prayed for me. He kept going through the line, and I was not in that first line. So when it was my turn, I stepped up, and when he got to me, he spoke to me a message. He said, you have work to do, and you're trying to run away. And he said twice, you cannot run away. You cannot run away.
I've heard you at Mass, I've heard you sing, I've heard you speak. But when you get in your rectory or you get in your car and you put a song on, what's that one song that brings it all back to you?
You know something, Martin? I like music. I like to hear songs, semi-classical. Classical is a little bit out of my range. But you know the music that I like the most are Christmas carols. I mean, they could sing Christmas carols at my funeral. I would be very happy.
So, any
Christmas
one song that
season.
stands out?
Minuit chrétien. Come on, you faithful.
Okay, all right. Yeah.
Of course, Silent Night is the winner, you know, so beautiful.
You're going to make me beg you to sing, huh? Come on, not even a line. Not even
What
one
do you
line.
always say?
Do Silent Night or Come All You Faithful.
Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright, round yon virgin mother and child, holy infant so tender and mild.
I got all your children in a room. And I got, you knew it was coming.
I knew that was coming.
You knew it was coming.
So we practiced this before with my children.
And I got
Oh, Lord.
Bishop Joe Latino in the room and Bishop Gerald
Oh, my God.
in a room.
All those people together?
Yeah, and we got the pipeline now, so we're talking to your ex, not your ex-wife, your wife, okay?
Yeah.
And got everybody, and I said, all right, give me one word to describe Jerry, the husband, Jerry, the father, Jerry, the priest, Jerry, the mentor. What's the one word that they would come up with that would describe you?
Actually, I asked Cecile. Faithful. Faithful. I hope that I'm faithful. I've tried to be.
Faithful to many causes.
Faithful, especially in all the gifts God's given me, with gratitude, you know, but fidelity. Because that's what, remember Mother Teresa said, God does not call us to be successful. Teresa of Calcutta. God calls us to be faithful. Just hang in there till the end.
It's a good way to look at it.
Here on HTV, I just want to offer my condolences for the entire family. What a great man, great father, great grandpa, great priest, and certainly Cecile was in my class, and what a wonderful person she is, our valedictorian, one of them, and very smart lady. So our condolences go out to the entire family and friends of Father Jerry. This Diocese of Houma Thibodeau program has been brought to you by Crosby Tugs.